This budget wireless magnetic keyboard is surprisingly good, but there is a little bit of a problem. Let's go ahead and check it out. Nice secured packaging. All of the accessories that you will be needing will come with the keyboard. Even this beautiful panel see-through that you can replace these keys with. Of course, can totally be personal preference. If you would prefer to have these extra keys, then you can keep them. But I'd actually choose to replace them here, since I'd rather have the better looking design. It's not really sticky. How will this work? Oh. Do I just put this here? I guess you can use some adhesives to keep that more secured, but yeah, I'm gonna keep mine like this. I think it is secured enough, and I can see it looking so good with the RGB on later. Just be careful not to touch it because fingerprints do get on it. Anyways, first impressions on the keyboard, pretty high quality. It is made out of plastic, but there is still some weight. Comes in around 922 grams on my scale. The battery is probably one of those weights that's making it more heavy, but yeah, I also really like how it looks like. I got the white variation over here, but you can also get it in black or the white line variation, which I think looks really good. But when I requested this, they apparently don't have it anymore, so I just got this, which I think looks amazing still, especially with this little panel here. But okay, moving on to the keycaps. These are double shot PBT keycaps, pretty high quality as you can see. And if you don't like these dark gray colors, they actually provided extra keycaps as you saw earlier from the unboxing to replace those. But yeah, I don't really mind these keycaps right now that I have on installed. Then moving on to the switches. These are apparently the Gatron white hall switches. They are open bottom. Sounds very silent because again, the open bottom, which some might prefer, some might not. Can be personal preference. There is pretty minimal wiggle wobble. I already gave you guys a little sound test earlier on the extra switches, but yeah, here's a little sound test with the switches and the keycaps on. That sounds so creamy and surprisingly good. I mean, sure, maybe the spacebar is not gonna be for everyone, but I think it's decent enough. You can definitely tell they made a lot of efforts in making this keyboard sound good. I mean, just look at all the layers, even has a gasket structure. And looking at the stabilizers, it is actually upside down. It looks like the stabilizers go through here at the bottom, but yeah, you can see some lube in there. It definitely reduces the rattliness on the stabilizers. And yeah, they do sound pretty alright. The stabilizers, pretty decent, especially for the price. I have no problems with the acoustics and the quality of this keyboard. Moving on to the performance and other features. As I mentioned earlier, it does have a battery inside, 5,000 milliampere hours, pretty big. And obviously it does have a battery because it is wireless compatible, so tri-mode connectivity. And of course, this is a magnetic keyboard. It does have adjustable actuation, rapid trigger, stuff like that. It apparently has a 0.1mm accuracy or sensitivity for the rapid trigger and travel actuation distance. Pretty accurate, and I think it is more than enough. It also has 8,000 Hz polling rate for wired mode, and I think 1000 Hz for the wireless mode. We're going to be checking that out more later in the keyboard inspector app and my latency testing tool. It also apparently has all of the features you will be needing, like SOCD, mod tab toggle key DKS, that we're going to be checking out more in its web-based software. So without further ado, let's go ahead and plug this keyboard in and see its RGB. That is pretty bright, as you can see as well on the panel here. It is kind of flickering, probably because of the camera, but not in real life. And the sides as well look amazing. They are lighting up, pretty bright and vibrant. But okay, I have the website where you can buy this keyboard from. First link in the description. To access the software, just go to software, then software, then scroll down, find the keyboard model RT80, and then click this one on top here. Jump to the IoT WebDriver, and here you go. Pretty straightforward. I'm not gonna go to too much details on my reasons why I set these specific settings because I already made a separate video about that. But yeah, as you can see, you can remap here, set all these stuffs, calibrate the keyboard, which I do recommend, especially if you're experiencing accidental activations or deactivations. This is where you can change your stroke settings, your actuation points, enable quick trigger or rapid trigger, the dead zones. They even have presets here, and then advanced settings where you can set the DKS mod subtitle key and snap key or SOCD. I have my A and D on SOCD. We also have gamepad mapping and gamepad cure. So those that wants that gamepad feature, finally you got that here. And we also have other settings where we can detect OS automatically, set the sleep mode for the RGB, stuff like that. We can also change the FN layers, customizable as you can see, macros. You can set them here, change the light RGB. We can change the main RGB here, which is the backlight. Can get very customizable with the colors as well. And if you don't like any of these effects, you can go ahead and go to light edit and make your own. We can also change the light strip on the side of the keyboard. I'm gonna keep mine on these settings, and then yeah, you can also upload your work. You can share them as well, and you can also check out others. Settings and RGB, so if you'd like that over here. You can also sign into your account, about where we can upgrade the firmware. I already have the max. You can also do these stuffs, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward software, easy to access. You might have to download the IoT driver, so they will ask you to choose Windows or Mac and then just install it, run it. Now I also want to test out its wireless feature, so just take the dongle at the back of the keyboard here. Yeah, there is a magnet, pretty nice. Then just turn on the keyboard. At the back here there is a switch. Let me turn that on. I plugged in the dongle at the back of my keyboard, and as you can see, it is detected wirelessly. And yeah, you can customize the keyboard even though it's on wireless. And then to check the battery life, just press FN and then the space bar. And as you can see, there is some green light here. It is pretty filled up, so we are pretty good at the battery life still. And from what I can see, we can actually profile change pretty quickly as well with FN plus these keys. So FN X to change the profile. Okay, definitely changed my profile, FNZ, and I'm back to my profile. Nice. But okay, now let's go ahead and test this out in Keyboard Inspector. I have the keyboard currently on wireless, and let's see how much polling rate it can get. Here are the results. 1000 Hz polling rate. Yep, as expected. Now let's go ahead and try it out on wired, and here are the results. 8000 Hz polling rate. Yep. So if you want the best performance, use it wired. But okay, now I have my latency testing tool, OSLTTCS. Not gonna go into too much details on how it works, but I already made a separate video about that. But what it pretty much does is it measures the time between the keycap comes into contact and when the keyboard actually sends the signal to the computer. So let's test it out wired first. And here are the results. 1.512 milliseconds. Very impressive and responsive, especially for its price. I doubt you'll notice any real-world difference when comparing this to the top magnetic keyboards in this latency testing result list. But for those interested on the milliseconds, here you go. And oh, let me actually test the wireless as well. And here are the results. 5.538 milliseconds for the wireless. Okay, the gap is actually larger than I thought it would be compared to the wired. Yeah, I would definitely recommend use this wired if you want the best performance. Now, another factor, since it's wireless, it can be a bit more complicated, like the distance of the dongle to the keyboard. And yeah, there is some distance, so that can also might be affecting the results here. So yeah, using it wired is definitely the go for gaming and performance. But yeah, I always give a little disclaimer that these results can still vary. There can be factors that change the results, but these results should still be very accurate. Anyways, without further ado, let's go and test this keyboard out more in game.
Nice.
Flashing side.
One enemy remaining.
I'll flash that guy. I'll flash that guy. Yeah, I think I got them both actually.
I'm right. You had your fun. My turn.
Yep. They have a judge. They're gonna fly in.
Spike here, spike here.
Spike down A.
Spike here.
Wait. Race has a judge, by the way. I'm gonna set it right there. Just in case.
One enemy remaining.
Long.
Yep, it is not. It is not it.
Yeah, I got your back.
You had your fun. My spike down.
Side.
One enemy remaining.
One more.
Oh. Oh.
Watch link one.
Anyone else?
Oh, that's both. That's both.
One enemy
You're
remaining.
done.
Nice one.
I hear one.
Suck.
Dang, I killed the top. So after playing and testing with the YUNZII RT80, here's my experience so far. Now as you saw from my gameplay in Radiant/Immortal ranked lobbies, I was live by the way on this YouTube channel when I got those clips, so if you want to catch me live, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. I also announced it on my Discord server, but you also saw it on the latency test we did. It definitely won't hold you back when gaming. Very responsive. All of the features worked. As soon as you press the keys, it does activate. As soon as you release, it does deactivate pretty instantly. My movements felt amazing on this keyboard. And other than the amazing gaming experience, you will also have an amazing experience using this for your daily use or just an overall keyboard for whatever use. It feels and sounds so good typing on. It also has all of the keys you will be needing, or at least I will be needing. And yeah, again, if you want more keys, you don't necessarily have to add this panel here for more keys. And if you're worried about the keyboard being too sensitive, you can also easily switch profiles. You can have a gaming and one for typing. Very easy to switch FN plus X or Z, or I'm not sure if you can reprogram those keys. I think you can on the software you saw earlier. Yeah, very nice features. You can definitely use this not just for gaming but also for work, productivity, daily use. Now I haven't really encountered any major deal breaker problems with this keyboard personally, but as I mentioned earlier at the start of the video, there is a problem that I've been experiencing. Now it's not an uncommon problem, but it's, how should I say it, I haven't experienced that type of problem like this often. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it happens more here on this keyboard compared to other magnetic keyboards I've tried, and that is accidental activations on quite the sensitive settings. Yes, I'd say that is still pretty sensitive settings. Now again, it doesn't really happen all the time. It actually happens rarely, like I said, but why I said it's more often compared to other magnetic keyboards is because like most of the time when you set the actuation point a bit higher and the dead zone, for example 0.2 millimeters, the accidental activations goes away most of the time. But with this one, it goes back sometimes, but it happens so rarely that it's not really a big deal. And again, I was on pretty sensitive settings, so increasing those actuation points and decreasing that sensitivity will definitely eliminate that and lessen that like by a lot and maybe not happen anymore. And they can also easily fix it in the future, maybe having an anti-misseparation mode or a feature that enables you to use more sensitive settings without accidental activation. So yeah, you can also just add manual dead zone though. So again, it's not really a big deal. It won't hold me back from recommending this keyboard. But would I recommend it, and do I think it is worth it? So let's talk about the price. Currently on the YUNZII website, official website, it says it's 40% off. So instead of 119 USD, it's just 71.99 US dollars. And if you use my discount code MIGSS, that will bring it down to just around $66. So that is some pretty big discounts. And around $66 for this keyboard, magnetic keyboard, wireless, has a battery inside, pretty good performance, amazing quality and sound, amazing looks, also pretty much has all of the features you will be needing. Like, that is an amazing price, around $66. Like, obviously for that price I would recommend it, and if you can get it for even cheaper, maybe there's more sales coming on, then yes, of course, the cheaper you can get this, the better. I would recommend it. I think it is definitely worth it. Amazing budget option here, especially if you want that wireless connectivity and you want this layout, you want this look, you really like this panel, you like the sound and all of the things that I've said about this keyboard, and yeah, I would go for it. And I'm actually pretty sure this keyboard has been around for quite some time now, the RT80. I've been hearing about it a lot. I did try the RT68, and correct me if I'm wrong, but around that time the RT80 is already existing. So yeah, I don't know why I haven't tried this keyboard earlier, because it is amazing. Anyways, I'll be putting this keyboard first link in the description if you're interested. Again, use discount code MIGSS so you can get some more discounts, and it will also be able to support me a lot. And that will also be my affiliate links in the description, so if you can use those when buying this keyboard or anything, I would really appreciate it. The discount code, by the way, does work on the whole YUNZII store, so you can use that. I also want to give a little disclaimer that this keyboard is sent to me by YUNZII, but that won't change my review. Everything that you've been hearing me say about this keyboard are all my honest opinions and review. But I pray and hope that this video helped you in some way. I'll go and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.